Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today we're going to read an interesting new story. It's called Animals Building Homes. And this story has real pictures and it is informational text. Can y'all say that with me? Informational text. One more time. Informational text. An informational text is going to give you information about a topic. So we're going to read this story that has real pictures, and we're going to see if we learn any new information from this story that's informational text. And it's called Animals Building Homes. See how that title's in big letters and it's all different, it's different colors and just stands out? By Wendy Perkins. See if I can get this where you all can see it. And look right up here, we have a heading in purple in large print that really stands out. A beaver's home. A beaver is hard at work. It gnaws on a tree trunk. Soon the tree falls. The beaver floats the log to a pond. One of your vocabulary words. There the beaver builds a lodge. The beaver piles up logs. It fills the cracks between the logs with mud and grass. The lodge keeps the beaver safe and warm. So what do you think a lodge is? A lodge is like a beaver's home, made out of all those big logs, and you look at how big they are and how tiny that beaver is, and you're like, wow, he must be really strong. He uses the water to help him too. And look right here, if you have a heading right here, then everything after that heading has to be about what your heading's about. Oh, I love this one. Safe at home. Most animals need a home. Homes keep animals safe from predators, rain, snow, or the hot sun. Some animals live in their homes for life. Other animals live in their homes long enough to raise their offspring or survive hot or cold weather. So what do you think offspring is? Look at this picture. You think offspring may be their children, their babies? What do you think predators would be? A predator would be something that could be dangerous, that could get them and maybe eat them. Usually predators, like other animal predators, like to eat other animals. Oh, so this heading is called Building Nests. Many animals live in nests. A hummingbird builds a small cup-shaped nest. The nest is made of moss and bits of spider web. I did not know that they put spider web in their nest. Ugh. Okay, now look, here's our heading, Building Nests. Since we don't have a new heading, do you think this is going to be about nests too? A mouse makes a grass nest in the shape of a ball. The mouse hides its nest in tall grass or in a tunnel under the ground. So we think of birds as having nests pretty often, but look, this little mouse has a nest too. So birds aren't the only animals that live in nests. Careful builders. Some animals put a lot of work into building their homes. Weaver birds make nests that hang from tree branches. The birds carefully weave grass and leaves together. Do you think that's why they're called weaver birds? Because they're weaving it together with their beak? Weaver birds use their feet and beaks to tie knots in the grass. So they're weaving it almost like a basket, aren't they? That's pretty cool. Working together. Animals can work together to build homes. Termites build mounds made out of mud mixed with saliva. And you all know what saliva is? It's like spit in your mouth. Everybody say, ew. Ew. But I guess it works for them. What do you think mounds are? Look at your picture. Can you kind of figure out what mounds might be? They're like tall, like hills, aren't they? Other animals cannot easily break through the hard mud. So I guess the mud and saliva must work because it makes it really, really hard. So they all work together. And these are called polyps. Polyps are animals that make coral reefs. A polyp builds a limestone cup around its body for protection. The cups of the polyps grow together to make a coral reef, which I did not know that information. I didn't know that polyps made coral reefs. Interesting. I also didn't know that termites use mud and spit to make their homes either, and those big mounds either. It's other information I didn't know. Making a burrow. Burrows are holes in the ground where some animals live. Gophers use their teeth and paws to dig long, winding tunnels. They make rooms in the deepest parts of the tunnels. The gophers hide their offspring and food in these rooms. So this is all about what? Making a burrow. Burrows are holes in the ground. Look at these words right here. Why do you think they're in yellow print? Because those are your vocabulary words. And then these words in dark print are words that you may have to kind of figure out. Maybe you've not heard them before, but usually if you read the rest of the sentence and some of the words around it, or if you look in the picture, you can see this picture that kind of shows us what burrow means, can't we? Home improvement. Some animals live in homes made by other animals. Chickadees use tree holes made by woodpeckers. Chickadees bring grass and moss into the hole. They build a nest for their chicks. So they just come in, they see a place that they like, they just kind of fix it up, bring some grass and moss in there, and they think, well, this hole's already been made, I'm just going to use this. Live in it. You can't blame them, that's pretty smart. They just make it look a little bit better. And our last heading, building a home. Most animals need homes where they can rest and raise their offspring. If they're going to raise their offspring, I think that's their babies or their children. Homes also keep animals safe from predators. Beavers build lodges. Mice make nests. Gophers dig burrows. How does a polar bear make its den? Oh, do you think a den might be its home? Look, that word, we're going to have to figure that out. Look at that picture and see if you can figure that out. What's it doing? It's like digging around in the ice and snow, isn't it? To make it a little place to stay, have its offspring. That was a really good story. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.